Welcome to Paint the Chat Podcast. Presented by Blockade Media. Now, here are your hosts, the big swinger, Mr. Robin Vogt, and fast on the bases, Mr. Sean Michaud.
He's a big spark plug.
Play ball.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Painting the Chat Podcast. Episode 15 coming at you live before
5.
That's right. Coming at you live before some very special basketball happening this evening. Of course, a lot of things happening in the world of sports. Sitting over there, of course, is my co-host, Mr. Sean Michaud. Sean, how's it going this evening?
For some reason, my camera keeps pausing, but that's okay. We'll run with it.
Okay, we're good. Yeah.
How about you? How's it going?
No
Long time. It's been probably over 24 hours.
Yeah, something like that.
More like 27 hours.
Yeah,
Not 127 hours.
The folks know that already. They know how we hang. They know how. You got choice of words. You really choose my words carefully here. Anyway,
Careful,
folks. How you doing this evening? Lots to get to. First off, we want to get into some of the score updates this evening. What's going on across the league?
What I love even more is pouring over box scores.
That's right, everybody. Lots going on in the sports world this evening. Let's get to what is happening. New York Knicks on the Indiana Pacers tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. on TNT. We got PTC picks coming up just after these score updates. Sean and I will give you our choices in the National Hockey League playoffs. The Dallas Stars take on the Edmonton Oilers tonight at 8 o'clock on ESPN. The Edmonton Oilers are currently up 2-1 in that series, looking to close it out at home. In Major League Baseball, the Los Angeles Dodgers, Sean's third favorite team, is up on the Cleveland.
I mean, sure, yeah, it is kind of my third favorite team.
Up on the Cleveland.
It's hard not to root for them.
On the Cleveland Guard Dogs, the Guardians 4-0. That's in the bottom of the fourth. The St. Louis Cardinals are up on the struggling Baltimore Orioles 3-0 in the bottom of the third. The Detroit Tigers, those Tigers, are cruising right now over the San Francisco Giants, middle of the third, 2-0. Also, we got the Atlanta Braves taking on the Philadelphia. Fuck the Phillies. Top of the third, the Phillies are up on the Atlanta Braves, 1-0. That game on TBS, the official home of the Atlanta Braves. Also, team that's playing hot right now, Mr. Sean Michaud, the Minnesota Twins. Twin City Magic happening.
I would say Minnesota's doing good.
Yeah, they're up 2-0 on the Tampa Bay Rays. Not playing at the Tropicana Dome anymore. The Boston Red Sox. Sean, we'll get into what's going on over there with your Boston Red Sox taking on the Milwaukee Brewers at 7:40 p.m. over on Nesson. I know you'll have a lot of thoughts to share around your Boston Red Sox. Happening. The Cincinnati Reds take on the Kansas City Royals 29-26 at 7:40 in Kansas City. And Sean, the 9-45. That's right, the 9-45 Colorado Rock Toppers. The Rockies.
The Rock Toppers
take on the freaking hot Chicago Cubs. Boy, Kyle Tucker, Jameer Candelario, the entire crew. 33-21 in the National League Central, taking them on at 8:05 p.m. in Chicago. The Toronto Blue Jays are taking on the Texas Rangers tonight at 8:05 in Texas. The Sacramento Athletics, the Athletics are taking on the Houston Astros, 8:10 p.m. The New York Yankees take on Mike Trout and those pesky Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim at 9:38 p.m. Go Angels this evening. the freaking Miami Marlins. Let's talk. I mean, Kyle Stowers is having an amazing year so far. 9:40 p.m. against the San Diego Padres. Sean, your 19-36 Pittsburgh Pirates are playing.
Don't remind me.
At 9:40 p.m. So sorry. And the Washington Nationals take on your and my favorite Seattle Mariners at 9:40 p.m.
Let's go, Mariners.
In Seattle. Sean, that is your score updates for this evening. So what do you got? What do you got for me? What you thinking based on those scores?
Oh, those Mariners, man. We now I guess we're up 4-0 for the Dodgers.
4-0.
I think literally you just as we were talking, they scored. Let's see if we can get an update on that. I don't know who scored.
Well, I can tell you, my New York Mets just scored 2 runs with 2 outs to tie the Chicago White Sox 2-2. Always love to see when the Metsies find a way to battle on back, especially in early innings too. It's an interesting dynamic. Sean, as you're looking that up, I want to get into. Oh, now the Mets take a 4-2 lead over the White Sox. Here we go. Magic happening in Queens.
Wait, no, man. I was looking at a different game. I thought it was 7, but that was yesterday's game.
Sean, your Boston Red Sox take on the Milwaukee Brewers after dropping a 3-2 game yesterday. There's a lot going on in that Red Sox front office. I mean, Alex Cora just seems to not be dialed in as manager. Alex Bregman being out has caused a lot of trials and tribulations for those Boston Red Sox. What's going on in Boston? What is the deal?
I don't know, man. Oh, okay. Oh, it was Cora. Ohtani hit a homer.
Yeah, of course.
20th of the season.
Of course.
To left field. So that's and Tommy Edman. Tommy Edman.
Julian Edelman's brother. That's who.
Yes, sure. Tommy Edman scores. Yeah. Oh God.
Sean, you gotta give me an answer about the Boston Red Sox. Like
I have no answers.
I understand, but you just traded off today for cash considerations to the Athletics, Sean Newcomb, the relief pitcher.
Why?
It's like, don't you guys need relievers?
What are you thinking?
What's going to happen? Like, I feel like the Red Sox, you got Roman Anthony sitting in AAA right now, who's ready to come up from Worcester, play first base, third base, wherever the hell he's able to play.
Mm.
And I don't know if you saw the stats that I shared earlier on our PTC X account. He's batting .345 with a .941 OPS. Like, dude is cranking it in AAA. They call it Marcelo Meyer. He's still trying to get his sea legs, essentially, on the Red Sox.
Why don't they switch?
Or have them both. Because they play well together.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's going to be a while until Bregman comes back, so.
51 games as of right now. 51 games.
Yeah, it'll be probably end of July he'll come back.
It's hard. Do you have confidence, Sean, in Alex Cora? That's my question as a Red Sox fan. Do you have confidence that he can lead this team to the promised land and maybe something after the All-Star break? By promised land, I mean at least a wild card spot.
Wild card, maybe. I mean, but it's been 6 seasons since we made it to the World Series, and we haven't made a postseason since then. I think, right? Is
that sounds about right? Yep.
I think it's time for end of Alex Cora. I think.
Yeah, that's been a real going talk. I know. Do you let Ramon Vazquez, who by the way, when he has stepped in for Alex Cora this year, has a 3-1 winning record as interim manager of this team. Do the players respond better to Ramon Vazquez than to Alex Cora? I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough to be a Red Sox fan right now. Like,
yeah,
and I know Devers been going hot recently, so hopefully we'll keep that to stay. But it's not really the problem. Is our hitting? We get hit well. except when we need it, when we have someone good pitching, like yesterday's game. We had Gary Crochet pitching very well, only gave him 2 runs, and then what did we answer with 1 run?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that just seems to be what happens. You get great pitching, the hitting doesn't show up. You get great hitting, the pitching doesn't show up.
No, and then doesn't matter. We always play when we play really good teams, we're okay. But like when we play terrible teams, we suck apparently.
It's league wide though. I mean, you just saw what the Los Angeles Angels of the Anaheims did to the LA Dodgers this past series. I mean, they beat out the Dodgers.
I mean, your Mets the previous series.
We took 2 out of 3 to the Dodgers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, given we almost lost to the Chicago White Sox yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, that was way too close for comfort. And I'm blaming that directly on our hitting coach. I'm blaming that on Eric Chavez. I don't think he's been doing a great job getting the boys motivated. I think that there's a complete disillusion happening between him and Juan Soto. I think that's why Juan has not been confident enough at plate. You know, when he was with the Yankees, he had a really solid pitching and batting staff alongside Aaron Boone. So maybe not, you know, of course the pitching doesn't affect him, but he listens to his coaches. He doesn't just listen to his manager. He's listening to everybody in that dugout and getting feedback from him. That's what makes him such a great baseball player. Yeah. And when you have somebody like Eric Chavez, who's just sitting back and you see the struggles. I mean, we have Jared Young, who played Korean baseball the last 4 years, batting designated hitter this evening, and a struggling Mark Vientos at third base. But in AAA, we have Jet Williams. And so in a way, Sean, I'm going to say this, in a way, the Mets are having a similar struggle to the Red Sox, where it's like, who are we playing? Where are we playing them? And why are we losing and or going down score-wise on teams that are struggling this year? It's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
It's baseball. I don't know if it's umpires. I mean, we've been talking about umpires the last
couple of we have, and yeah.
They're fucking ridiculous. But
yeah.
Anyway.
But I don't know. It's that's how baseball is, and
I just don't know. Is there somebody in mind for the Red Sox to have? Like Ramon Vasquez could be a great manager for the Red Sox. I'm going back to this because honestly, I'd love to see the Mets make a move here. I wouldn't mind bringing Alex Cora in if the Red Sox got rid of him as our batting coach, knowing his hitting, knowing that Alex Cora played for the Mets, to work with Carlos Mendoza and to get the guys going at bat. Because the Red Sox bats work really well when Alex Cora's on.
Should we just move Jason Varitek up to head coach?
They've been prepping Varitek to become the next.
Yeah, I know. 100%. I mean, right now he's a hitting coach. Well, he's just a coach in general, but no, he's not a hitting coach, is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, no, he's their guy. He's their guy right now. And Ramon Vasquez has been an intricate part of that as well. Former Red Sox catcher, believe 8 to 10 year veteran of Major League Baseball. I mean, Ramon has history too. The Red Sox are in an interesting place where they have a decision to make, and I personally think they got to make it before the trade deadline and before the All-Star break.
Definitely before the All-Star break. And that's not too far away. We got a month and a half, a little more a month and a half till the All-Star game, but they got to work fast if they want to do something. And
Trevor's story as well, Sean.
Yeah, I'm looking back. I saw the tweet again that when we bought him for 7 years for 100, what was 170 million,
just about 165.
And now look at him in the past 3 years. 2 years, sorry, because we signed him in 2023.
Right. Yeah.
He hasn't been performing well. I think he needs to go down, honestly, to AAA.
So that's a great conversation point, and I've seen that brought up on X recently from a lot of folks who follow the PTC podcast and the things that we chat about on social media. There's a lot of folks saying, why isn't it a standard practice of this Boston Red Sox franchise to send guys down? I don't care how popular they are. I don't care how much you paid for them. Send them down to AAA and make them learn a lesson. Send them to Worcester, see if they can pick up the pace. If they can't pick up the pace, send them to Portland. If they can't even do it in AA, then it's time to get rid of them.
Yeah.
I don't care if you paid him $165 million over 7 years. The dude can't hit.
No.
Figure it out, right? So I don't know if that's John Henry. I don't know who that is in the Red Sox.
There's a little bit of John Henry.
I would imagine so.
And
His man Bregman that he smoked a cigar over is gone for 51 games, so he's got to figure this out.
I mean, that's not his fault, but he's
That's his guy, though.
Yeah, I mean, Bregman got hurt. That's what happens in baseball.
Yeah, Red Sox got to figure that out with Trevor Story, though. I think you could get trade pieces for him. I do, even
honestly,
cash considerations.
I would.
The proposal I saw was him going back to Colorado too, because the Rockies need somebody to kind of like spark them and get them going. So if Trevor Story retired a Colorado Rocky this year, then that would be like a way to, bridge in single game ticket sales, bring folks to the ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the Red Sox could get prospects or cash out of that. I see that as a win-win at the end of the day for both,
Yeah, I mean, he's not. I mean, when we had him before, it felt like it wasn't a good pick for him to be in Boston. I don't think he feels comfortable in Boston.
It was a weird trade. It was a weird free agent signing. Sorry, it was not a trade. It was a weird free agent signing for the Sox to bring Trevor Story in, I thought, knowing that they had prospects at shortstop building up and that they could have went out to the market, and you guys had Kike Hernandez.
Yeah.
You guys had Kike. I know he was in the outfield, but he was decent shortstop for a little bit as well. So you could have had Kike in there, playing shortstop and being an all-around guy at different times alongside, JD Martinez. And I look back at that Red Sox squad from just a few years ago, and it's like, wow, you had some pieces that and
then we lose them, right?
Yeah. So I don't know what the direction is. The Mets are going through the same thing too, where Mark Vientos, Brett Beatty, let me just say, Brett Beatty was in such a struggle for the Mets. We had no idea. We sent him down to AAA. He did great, called him back up, struggled a little bit. Now he's back in the flow again. But there's a great example of sending somebody down to AAA because they're not performing well and saying, unless you can pick up the pace, you're not going to be back in the majors the rest of this year. Look at what happened. So it's possible. It is possible. Trevor Story's a different story, I know.
It is, yeah. Yeah, the double entendre there. But
double entendre on that one. But we'll move away from Mets and Red Sox talk. Of course, the big thing tonight, Sean, why we're coming on a little bit before 8 o'clock is because
you want to talk about a little bit WNBA first before we go.
Yeah, let's do WNBA before we get into.
I was watching the game right now. The Dallas Wings and the Canadiens, and of course, is gonna be the first. Whoever wins tonight is gonna be the first win. And right now, the Dallas Wings are up 48-31. And you know who's performing well right now? Paige Beckers, 4 out of 5 from the field.
Wow.
4 rebounds, 5 assists, and she's got 11 points right now. I mean, I know this is kind of her home area, but when Paige performs well and passing that makes the good team. Like, I've been watching the Wings before, and they're like not really performing well because everyone's either missing or they're not. So someone needs to be a star player, and they're not really doing that.
Yep, absolutely. And we know where the Connecticut Sun are at right now. It's
a complete rebuild. I'm like, I have no hope for them this year. I mean, I do love some of the players on that team, but
yeah. No, it's tough. I mean, they're looking to try to sell the team, as you guys have seen on our social media. We actually shared out a poll within the last hour, what cities could, potentially show interest in the purchase of the Connecticut Sun. Boston, of course, makes the most sense with TD Garden right there. The other names that have come up more recently through social media and through rumblings, Providence, Rhode Island, because of the Providence basketball program, because it's between Boston and Connecticut, brings prospects in, brings folks from both cities into the fold around that. One of the other cities, and I hadn't even thought about this, Sean, until just now because of those Northeast programs plus international appeal. Portland, Maine, because they have a decent-sized arena in Portland, Maine, to have a WNBA franchise up there.
Yeah, I mean, move with the Wings down to the Sun to Boston, and then get a new team in Portland, or keep it in Connecticut Sun. But
yeah, do like a expansion budget.
Yeah. I'm sure we're gonna have a lot more teams coming. I mean, we had literally Valkyrie's first season this year, and they're losing to the Liberty right now. The Liberty are just, I think they're gonna win again this year, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, the New York Liberty are my first favorite team, and then followed by the Connecticut Sun.
Yeah.
And the Liberty have just absolutely cruised through the start of this year. I mean, don't
sleep on Minnesota though.
Minnesota, but what is going on up there?
Minnesota Lynx is they're playing tonight against the Storm, and they haven't lost yet to a game. So
what is going on up there? Is this the Ant-Man effect? I don't know. We'll get into Minnesota at some point here.
I guess the last thing we'll talk about, I guess Caitlin Clark's out for 2 weeks. Or
yes.
about 2 weeks. So
yes, Caitlin's going to be out for about 2 weeks.
Let
me just say this. Yeah. Right.
Strain. I don't know what it was.
It was a I don't know what the specific diagnosis was, but it was a strain. Of course, Sean will look that up. Yes, Caitlin Clark is going to be out the next couple of weeks.
Quad injury, sorry.
What is it?
It's a quad injury.
Yeah, quad strain, I think. She's going to be out the next couple of weeks. The Indiana Pacers just
I'm looking at this. I fucking hate news articles sometimes. Caitlin Clark injury effect. This is on USA Today.
Yeah.
Ticket prices drastically fall with the Indian Fever star. Like, why are you reporting that? Who cares?
I'm this is where the back and forth I expect is going to happen here, because I think you and I are going to have differing opinions on this. Okay. So here's the thing. It was what I was about to talk about was the Indiana Pacers within the last 3 hours put out a statement on social media looking into the allegations of racism inside of Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Now, that came back. The internal investigation showed that didn't happen. We're neutral on this. I don't know what happened that evening. I don't know what was said. It's hard to know. It's hard to know. But the Indiana Pacers released that statement with everything else going on, with Caitlin Clark being out 2 weeks. And to be honest, Sean, it has been reported, and it is true, that their sales, there are people taking their season tickets and are selling them on the secondary market because of this injury to Caitlin Clark. Because the WNBA currently right now, this is my perspective, curious to hear yours. My perspective is this is the greatest challenge that the WNBA is going to have to carry in terms of relevancy, because Caitlin Clark has brought so much attention to the WNBA and to the Indiana Fever. They're coming to Boston in another week to play the Connecticut Sun at TD Garden. 3 different people that I've talked to on social media today who are planning on going said, my daughter specifically said to me, we can't go because Caitlin's not playing.
Does that mean we'll go? Because
the tickets will be cheap, yes. But I think the greater conversation in this is the WNBA going to be able to sustain these next 2 weeks in terms of viewership? I think it's going to go down significantly.
Viewership? I'm watching it right now.
I get that. I know. But I think we can't ignore the importance, no matter how you feel about the Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark rivalry that's going on right now. Now Paige Becker's in the league. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna have an effect on it, and if they can power through this as a league without Caitlin Clark, I mean, I think that's good for the league itself. It's like when the superstars in the NBA are all injured all at the same time, It's like you're not going to go to a Lakers game and just watch LeBron. If you're a Lakers fan, you're a Laker fan for life. Right, but there's I'm going to push back on that. There is also the appeal of LeBron James that brings people to LA, including tourism, including, folks that are coming on business to visit the city and to be there multiple days. I don't think they're going to the old Staples Center, whatever they want to call it, crypto.com arena or whatever else.
I still call it Staples Center.
If LeBron's not playing, they're not going. It's that simple. And I think that this is what the Indiana Fever are facing right now is, they got Aaliyah Boston. They've got some really great people, some great players on their team. But without Caitlin Clark specifically, it's hard to market that team.
No, I mean, I get that. But also, I'm just trying to – if you're going for a game just for one person, don't go at all. Like, really. That's all, like, unless you're like a teenager or a small kid, that's fine if you want to support them. But I'm talking about like being grown people. Just if you want to support one person, that's fine. But like, just think about it, just one person.
Right.
You can support all of it. Like, yes, I'm a huge Paige Beckers fan, but I'm still supporting the Wings, even though if she's out, if she's. Fingers crossed she won't be out this season, but
knock on wood.
Knock on wood. I mean, yeah.
That's an interesting point, and I'm sure we're going to continue to have these conversations once Caitlin is back from her injury and the data starts coming out about sales and leading up to some pretty major matchups and some real important rivalries that are going to be coming up down the road as well. I mean, you can imagine when Caitlin Clark takes on Paige Beckers the next time around when she's healthy again. That's premier basketball. Like that's good premier WNBA basketball to be broadcast.
Yeah, when it'll be in Indiana, not in Mohegan Sun. But
that's right. So, I mean, I'm all about the WNBA. Love watching the Liberty and the Suns. It's not going to change me personally.
No, I mean, not me. I mean, I watched it before Caitlin Clark, so.
It'd just be interesting to see how many folks kind of drop off for 2 weeks and are like, okay, we're going to wait for Caitlin to come back. We're going to wait for that hype train to come back.
They're going to have to do something good with the WNBA then if they want to.
This is a chance for them. This is a chance for the WNBA to pull out all cards and just be like, hey, we've got Paige Beckers. We got Aaliyah Boston.
We have all the new players coming. Yeah.
Do a massive marketing campaign for the WNBA during this time. And I think the Indiana Fever also can do like a Caitlin Clark comeback countdown clock or something at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Something. Gimmicks work. Yeah. Gimmicks work in sports. So.
Can the Red Sox do that for Alex Bregman?
I think that's just naturally happening.
I
think all on their iPhones, y'all have countdown clocks. 51 days.
51 days. It's the chocolate calendar every 51 days.
Day 32. Day 32.
All right, let's talk about MWNBA.
NWA.
That's a hip-hop group. Men's National Basketball.
Drop. No.
Sean, we got the Knicks and Pacers tonight. Oh God. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about a little of Minnesota and Oklahoma City Thunder from yesterday, though. What a game, man.
This is why we did not do our PTC picks for that game, because I was full on Minnesota in that game. And
I mean, I was too, but I don't think they're down 3-1. I think Oklahoma's going to the finals. I'm sorry. They're just too good.
You heard it first for Mr. Sean Michaud, PTC Picks time. Sean, based on what you just said, what was that? Repeat that for the folks now.
The Minnesota Twins are down 3-1, and they're not making it. So
the Twins? Wait, what do you mean the Minnesota Twins are down?
Did I say the Twins?
You did. That's okay.
We're talking about Minnesota today.
It's a lot of Minnesota tonight.
The Timberwolves are not making it to the next game. I think Oklahoma City Thunder are gonna win next game.
Wow.
Tomorrow?
Yes, they play tomorrow.
No, Friday.
Friday? What? Really? That much of a gap?
Oh, sorry, no. Game 5. No, it is tomorrow. Sorry.
It's like
I skipped over
that
game
was
5
tough.
and I went to game 6.
Jeez, travel is tough. Yeah, no. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is just absolutely freaking ridiculous. He's nuts.
Oh my god.
And then you get Chet Holmgren going. And then, by the way, big shout out to Jalen Williams.
Mhm.
What a game for Jalen Williams, both defensively in the assist pattern and then also at the bucket. I mean, when he's on, man. He's doing good stuff out there. Luken's Dort is incredible as well. This team's dynamic. They move up and down the court fast.
I mean, so the I must say the Twins get the Timberwolves. Like, we had 3 players over 20 points. You had Jaden McDaniels going.
Yeah, Jaden was great.
Nikola Alexander-Walker and Dante DiVincenzo. So they're all the 20 points, but like, and the bench though was like,
yeah. Yep.
But is it enough to win against the Oklahoma City Thunder? I don't think so.
Sean, I'm right there with you. I've been full on Minnesota Timberwolves, Ant-Man, Rudy Gobert, Jaden Daniels. What am I saying? Is it Jalen Daniels? I can't remember.
No, it's Jaden McDaniels.
Jaden McDaniels. Sorry,
Jaden. No, we're not up the next game. It's not Jalen Brunson.
Jaden Daniels plays for the Washington Commanders and his quarterback over there. No, Jaden McDaniels has been incredible, shooting 3, playing that pick and roll defense. I was fully on Minnesota for the longest time. I can't see it. I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to go off next game, and that's going to be it for them. That's it. It's Oklahoma City's going to the finals.
Hey, so your Mets up 4-2.
Yes,
on the top of the third, and then Guardians are 3-4 for the Dodgers right now, and then 0-0 with the Red Sox and the Brewers. So just a little update. So
no, that's good. That's good. Love that update. Yeah. So we both have Oklahoma City. Moving on to the NBA Finals tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We got a game tonight. In literally less than 3 minutes, the Indiana Pacers tip off at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana, against the New York Knicks. Not going to say the full name, the New York Knicks.
When we watched that game when we watched that game on Saturday night, no, Sunday night. Sorry, yeah, it was Sunday night. I did not expect the Knicks to come back like that.
No,
I thought the Pacers were gonna. I thought Pacers were gonna win that game.
Yeah.
I'm still picking Pacers tonight, though.
Yeah. Let me just give you a stats rundown. Indiana is a 3.5-point favorite this evening, which is a decent, spread if you're looking at for the betting folks out there. Matchup predictor on ESPN currently has the Indiana Pacers favored 57.6% to 42.4%. The last matchup in game 3 was much tighter than that. And your points leaders, I mean, Jalen Brunson had 26 points, last game here, but Pascal Siakam, 20.2 points. He has a free throw percentage that's really good when put to the line. Traditionally, he's in the 60s to the 50s, 73.4% from the free throw, and his field goal percentage is better than Jalen Brunson, 51.9% to Jalen's 48.8%. Pascal Siakam has come through for this team when Tyrese needs him. They are without Aaron Nesmith this evening, and I'm curious to see how that plays out when tip-off is underway. But, I mean, I think that we can see Pascal and Tyrese, and not for nothing, the one player that continues to surprise me is Ben Shepherd of the Indiana Pacers. Ben Shepherd can ball.
he can.
He does a great job inside the paint, distributing the ball, getting it out to the necessary players when they have that open chance at a three. He's good, man.
I think Tyrese is going to go off tonight, honestly.
How many points do you think? How many points were
mean, probably like 25 points, 20 to 35 points, I think.
Anywhere in that range.
Yeah. I mean, he played really well the other night, but.
Yep. Update for everybody based on what I just said there. Aaron Nesmith has been taken off of the injury report.
Oh.
A player for the Indiana Pacers that's currently on the injury report is small forward Isaiah Jackson, and he's OFS. So Aaron Nesmith is no longer, as we come up to game time, on the injured list. So that might also change. He may have an injury that, he could get taped up. He could, you know what I mean? He sprained his right ankle on Sunday evening. But as of yesterday, head coach Rick Carlisle said he'll likely be a game time decision, probably listed as questionable. And we've got to play better this evening. So I would imagine that we will see Aaron Nesmith coming off the bench for the Pacers if that's the case. I just very, very interesting to see how that plays out. Aaron Nesmith has been absolutely balling during the regular season. And then when you have him out there with Ben Shepherd, I mean, the two of them just keep going off and off and off. So, Karl Anthony Towns, they got to figure out Cat.
Oh God, yeah. They need to play defense on him really bad. Like, you can't leave him wide open and get either a dunk or him go sneak in, because he does that really well. Or when he jumps off into the paint.
Yep.
The Pacers need to figure him out. So hopefully they've been watching some videos to help them with that, see what they could change.
Yep. Here's the official. This was as of 6:11 p.m., so only a couple of hours ago. Directly from ESPN, Indiana Pacers forward Aaron Nesmith is expected to play in Game 4 against the New York Knicks after sustaining a right ankle sprain in Game 3. He was upgraded from questionable to available by the NBA's injury report shortly before tip-off Tuesday. So literally just minutes ago, that injury report changed. You want to hear some stats for Aaron Nesmith here. Nesmith has started all 13 games for the Pacers this postseason, averaging 15.1 points and 6.2 rebounds on 52% shooting and 54% from three.
Wow.
We're talking about a direct response to Cat. Aaron Nesmith is
that's a good response.
Might be the one to do it. As long as they can defend Cat, they get Aaron Nesmith on a breakaway, or they get him on an open shot three. I mean, you're talking Nesmith could be the Ray Allen of the 2008 Boston Celtics for this Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, this is all moving and shaking as of right now. Like, this is all brand new news. It's reading to me like an opportunity that the Pacers cannot give up. They cannot let the Knicks win this evening, having Nesmith back, because injuries happen even at a greater extent as previously injured players continue to play throughout the evening.
Yeah.
So you don't want him rupturing something or injuring that ankle anymore. You want to be able to play him in spots where you know he'll be successful.
Yeah, that's what they need, honestly. So,
but stopping Cat, man, like
it's hard to stop him. Like I said again, they need to figure it out. That's all I mean,
are they going to double team Pascal and Miles Turner? Like, they're going to have to figure out a combination, because there were a couple different times where Tyrese was looking at his teammates and saying, "Guys, I need help up and down the court here. Like, I cannot. You can't leave Cat open like that. If I'm playing coverage on him on the break back, like, I can't be up on him because somebody else is going to sneak through and he's going to get a pass into them. Like, the defensive strategy for Rick Carlisle has to change."
Agreed.
So Anyway, I guess we will be finding out very, very soon as tip-off is near over on TNT. Make sure to head on over there and check out Chuck and the crew as well. We love
this
TNT.
This is apparently the last season, last time.
Yeah,
maybe they'll come back. Who knows?
Who knows based on that. Sean, let's also do based on the scores there. You think the Pacers end up winning this evening?
Yes, I think so. They're playing home, right? Well, they're playing on the road?
They're at home at Cambridge. They'll be up 3-1 in the series heading back to New York. Do they close it out in Manhattan in just a couple of nights?
They're going to have to.
But this is your BTC pick.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah.
If we've got Oklahoma City winning in the West, Sean, who do you have in the East?
I have the Pacers.
Oklahoma City versus the Indiana.
That'd be great. That'd be a great matchup, honestly.
Two really fast teams. I mean, Chet Holmgren versus Pascal.
That seems to go to Game 7, honestly.
Yeah, I would agree. And if folks remember from the regular season when those two teams matched up, I believe that was an overtime game during the regular season. So there's a history of those two teams playing each other and giving us box office TV. I'm there with you. I know my dad, my mom, who are very much looking for the New York Knicks to do a turnaround this evening, would be very upset with me knowing this.
Yeah, he's a Nets fan, not a Knicks fan.
Correct. The Indiana Pacers are going to win this evening. They're going to win in New York.
Come on, all the Celtics fans are rooting for the Pacers to beat the Knicks. We all see that.
We know that. Pacers versus Thunder is going to be an interesting matchup for the NBA themselves. I'm not sure they've had two teams from secondary markets go against each other like that before. Yeah. And marketing that finals is going to be fascinating to watch.
It's going to feel like March Madness, kind of.
It might. And I think they're going to have to market it as so.
Yeah.
These two teams don't have to travel too far either when you're talking about Oklahoma City to Indiana.
That's not too far. Cool.
So you're talking a Midwest matchup. So I'll be curious to see at the end of the day what ends up happening in that area. But Sean, I agree with you. Oklahoma City Thunder versus Indiana Pacers NBA Finals, and it will be a good one for sure. Got to get through the Knicks tonight, and got to see if the Timberwolves still have a little bit of that Minnesota kick, just like those Minnesota Twins have too.
Yeah.
As we were talking about Minnesota, a whole bunch over this evening. Sean, do you have anything else you would like to bring up before we send off folks to watch these Western Conference, Eastern Conference finals over the next couple of days?
I mean, the French Open's going on right now, but
I have not been able to catch up with it. So
I haven't been able to. Okay. I know Naomi lost the first round the other day, which is kind of bad. Coco won today.
It's kind of bad.
That's all I really know. I really haven't seen much of it because I've been watching so much basketball.
There's been so much good stuff. Yeah.
The
baseball team is hurting.
Yeah. Or any of my teams that I like to watch are losing. So
sorry about that. That's not easy.
It's fine. Do you have anything to add?
No, I think that's really it. I just want folks to be able to know that the Pacers are winning 3-2 in the first to start this evening.
3-2.
big scores already happening. Curious to know who hit that three. Oh, Karl Anthony Towns, Aaron Nesmith, already making shots. Aaron Nesmith, 8-7 Pacers now.
I don't know how the game on, but I will have to.
Right,
I'm gonna have to go back and forth with these two games.
That's right. Yep, I'm going to be going back and forth between the Mets and the Pacers Knicks game this evening for sure. Sean, let's leave it there so the folks can stop listening to us and go over and watch some good baseball, some good basketball happening this evening. Mr. Sean Michaud, where can the good people find you? Because it is that time of the show. It's a little thing we like to call
plug time.
Plug time here at Painting the Chat podcast. Sean Michaud, where can the good people find you across social media?
You guys can follow me on Twitter at SeanMashow1, where I post mostly Red Sox, Celtics, sometimes Star Wars, not anymore.
For many reasons, yes.
For many reasons. And we'll be doing some more maybe live opening cards in the future again.
Yes.
That was fun. Yeah. I don't know if you saw on my Twitter, I pulled a great autograph. I don't have it on me, but if it goes on my Twitter, you see I got I can't remember his name now. I got an autographed card of who was
Plays
it?
for the Nationals.
Yes, I can't remember. No, it's St. Louis.
St. Louis, sorry. Victor.
Yeah, thank you. Victor Scott the second, right?
Victor Scott the second. Yep, right on the money.
Yeah. So if you want to, yeah. And you can follow me on Instagram at Azonzi.
Sweet deal. You guys can follow me, of course, over on X at X_Robin W Vote, over on Instagram at IG_Robin W Vote. Got to figure out those two. Also, make sure to smash the subscribe button here, hit that like button, and turn on notifications for everything happening in the Painting the Chat podcast world, including sports updates, news. Make sure to follow Painting the Chat podcast over on X at Paint the Chat Pod, over on Instagram at Paint the Chat Pod. Please also make sure to check out our TeePublic page. We have brand new designs over there to help get support for the podcast. We bring the news, the talk to you. You show us love by rocking the merch. There's some great new designs over there, some vintage Boston baseball designs, throwing it back to the old days of the Fenway Park. Make sure to check out our Fly the Banner merch as well. Brand new designs coming in on the daily, so please head on over to TeePublic, support the podcast. They're rocking the merch, and many more exclusives and opportunities coming up around the bend for you. Maybe even some baseball card giveaways. I think that would be fun stuff coming up down the road for Mr. Sean Misho over there. This is Robin Vogt signing off this evening. Enjoy basketball, enjoy baseball, enjoy whatever you prefer in the world of sports. And we will see you next time.
Episode 16. See you
Episode
later.
16. That's right. We'll see you then, folks. Peace out. Good night.
Good night. Unless something big happens to me earlier.
That's right.